Canada has joined the list of countries expressing concerns over privacy protection on TikTok. An investigation has launched over fears that China could use the app to harvest users' data or advance its own interests. We'll discuss this and more in our Week in Review panel with guests Neil Headley, host of the Snooze Button podcast, and Jamar McNeil, morning co-host of Chum 104.5. Good morning, guys. Great to have you here.
Morning.
Good to be here.
Okay, so let's start there with TikTok and the recent news that countries, including Canada, are concerned about data that is shared through the app. Neil, I'll start with you. What do you make of these worries?
Well, two things. First of all, privacy never really occurs to me when I'm watching TikTok videos. In fact, most of the people on TikTok make me wish that they would keep more of their business private, but that's one thing. The other is this whole illusion of privacy once you're connected to the internet anyway. Like, even if you use a VPN on everything that you have connected to the internet, the VPN company knows what you're up to and knows all your stuff and knows all your websites. And if you have the specific setup on your phone or your home internet or whatever, then you use the internet to tell you, for example, your fridge will alert you that you are running low on milk and your kid's home from school and she brought 2 friends home with her and she neglected to bring in the 3 Amazon packages that you have sitting on the front step. There is no privacy anymore, and there hasn't been ever since we used to connect to CompuServe and America Online. Like, privacy's been gone for a very, very long time. So this is the genie's already out of the bottle, but I'm glad they're doing an investigation.
Yeah, but you're right, Neil. It's not really the first thing that comes to mind when you go to use the app, but it's clear that governments around the world are concerned here. Jamar, do you think that there should be more regulation for users who are on the app?
I think there should be more conversation about what the implications are. And I think not enough people, especially people in younger generations, when they hear these stories about TikTok and China possibly having hold of information, we need to know what information and just kind of actually explain what could they possibly do with these pieces of information. Like, give us examples. Dare I say, even scare us a little bit. Like, what are the possibilities? Because I think a lot of people actually can't even imagine what the worst case scenarios with these things are. And that's part of the reason why a lot of people won't even delete the app or consider getting off the app. Another reason is the amount of money people have made from TikTok. I mean, I'll just name you a couple of the TikTok people who have launched entire careers because of the app. Lil Nas X, Lizzo, Jack Harlow, Megan Thee Stallion. These are artists that were sort of bubbling in the music industry, but had it not been for the app TikTok, they would not have become the global superstars who they are today. Radio stations actually watch TikTok. Record labels watch TikTok as sort of like a tip sheet on what is next or what we need to play. So the genie is way out of the bottle. The horse is way out of the barn. TikTok is here, and it is a major, major influence on economies and culture. How do we pull that back? I don't know, but I don't think there's enough impetus for people to take it off their phones at this point.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll all certainly be watching and have to kind of wait and see how all this investigation unfolds when it comes to people using TikTok.
Look, if people want TikTok to go away, just sell it to Elon Musk and then people will stop using it.
Well, guys, let's turn to another topic. We'll leave TikTok in the dust for now. Another story we're following is out of Toronto. Books that have been banned or censored will actually be getting their own section in select Toronto public libraries this week. So this is all in an effort to protect readers' freedom. Jamar, I'll start with you. What do you make of this campaign?
Yeah, this campaign is something that started in the city of Chicago, actually, and Toronto got wind of it. They're trying it too. And it's interesting because some of the books I'm looking at that have been banned are books that I read when I was in high school, like To Kill a Mockingbird, Anne Frank's Diary of a Young Girl. And while I understand some of the concerns with having these books read in educational settings because of the content, offensive content that might be deemed a little too much for certain audiences, I gotta say, I got really great experiences being exposed to some of those books. For example, in To Kill a Mockingbird, the use of the N-word in civil rights and Jim Crow America we had to stop and actually talk about that and be like, why are they saying these words like this? Why are they talking like this? How does that make us as a class, and how does it make individuals, some of our black counterparts and our non-black counterparts, how does that make us feel inside? And then we got a chance to contextualize that and understand. And then we were able to bring that into the real world and be like, oh, that's why we're having these discussions about the use of this word. In Anne Frank, talking about what was happening in Nazi Germany for a young Jewish girl. I mean, being a black kid, I had no idea what that was about. But then having my Jewish friends say, yeah, my grandmother talked about that at Shabbat. We had to discuss that, and being like, oh, this is real. This is not just a history book. This is actually real stuff. So it's a shame that some kids don't have that experience anymore, but bringing it back into a library, at least so they can have the choice, I think is a good thing.
Yeah, Jamar, it's a really great point that you bring up there, too. You've touched on some of the titles of some of those books that are involved there. Neil, do you think it's important for readers to have access to these books?
Oh, of course. I mean, look, all of those books are out there on the aforementioned internet anyway. So if you want to look hard enough, you can certainly find them and download them and get a hold of them for free. But I mean, I think we need to remember what libraries are for. They are repositories of knowledge and repositories of ideas. And you start looking at what's going on with censorship and book banning in places like Florida and Texas and things of that nature. And this massive overreach by governments to try and pretend that if we take the books out of people's hands, then certain ideas will go away, which reminds me, of the days that, people thought Ozzy Osbourne was inspiring Satanism because we were all too weak-minded to be able to come to our own conclusions. And if you watch Ozzy Osbourne, then obviously you're going to develop this or that personality trait. Look, ideas are just ideas. And the more of them we have out there, even the repugnant ones. If we are exposed to the repugnant ones, we won't be surprised when we're confronted with them in our day-to-day lives.
Okay, well, appreciate you guys weighing in on these topics. That'll do it for this week in review this week. Neil Headley, host of the Snooze Button podcast, and Jamar McNeil, morning co-host of Chum 104.5. Guys, thanks so much.